Hey everybody, it's Mr. Regner here, and I thought I'd make this video to maybe help you to better understand the gist, the main idea of Act 1, Scene 1 for A Midsummer Night's Dream. I think one of the most difficult parts for me to understand is who's who, like which characters are which. We've got some kind of crazy names and some kind of important roles that we want to understand. So first off, I shared some of these in class. This is Theseus. Now, obviously, the character might look different depending on the actor and who's playing him, but I share this picture because you'll see that guy's head on your page in your reader, and so no, that's Theseus. Now, he is the Duke of Athens, so he is somebody of great power and importance. And so we've got Aegeus, who comes to Theseus because he's got a problem, and he says, hey, my name's Aegeus, and I need Theseus to help solve it. So I'm going to point at you. There he is. He's pointing at him. Now, I'm going to ask Aegeus here to point to his daughter. Look at that. He's pointing to his daughter, and that is Hermia. Hermia is Aegeus's daughter, and Aegeus is a little bit upset with her because Hermia just happens to love somebody who I dropped on the floor. There we go. That's backwards. There we go. This is great stuff. Hermia's in love with Lysander. And why not? Because Lysander is quite a guy. So Lysander and Hermia, they are just in love together. But there's one little problem with that. Of course, you guys know what it is. It's Aegeus. Aegeus believes that his daughter, Hermia, should instead marry, there we go, point to him, this dude right here. His name is Demetrius. So Aegeus says, hey, I want my daughter to marry this guy right here, Demetrius. The only problem is, and this is kind of a big problem, Hermia not really in love with Demetrius. Now that's not going to work out so well when Hermia is set to marry Demetrius when she doesn't love him. Because remember, Hermia loves Lysander, right? Hermia and Lysander, they're the ones in love. Now, it just so happens that Demetrius is certainly in love with Hermia because, you know, he thinks that she's all that and a bag of chips. So, unfortunately, it's not going to work out. So, again, we go back to Aegeus, who goes to Theseus and says, hey, according to the rules of Athens, the laws of the land, my daughter Hermia has to marry who I say. And I say she has to marry Demetrius, even though she's in love with Lysander. So Theseus says, you know what? That's not a bad idea. You're right, we got to follow the rules. And so if Hermia, here we go, if Hermia does not follow the rules, then Theseus is going to have to enact the rules for her. And she's either going to be put to death or sentenced to become a nun. And so she has a couple of days, 4 days, I believe, to make her decision on what she's going to do. All right, so that's the call. Now, it turns out, though, that Lysander and Hermia have a plan to be together. Lysander has an aunt that's not in Athens. They're going to go to his aunt's house outside of Athens, and they can be married and they can be happy, and they don't have to worry about these silly Athenian rules. Ha! That'll teach them. So, luckily, Hermia is in the clear now. She's got a great plan, and she tells her good friend, Helena, about that plan. She says, hey, Helena, here's my plan. I'm going to have my guy here, Lysander, take me out away from Athens. We're going to get married. It's going to be great. And Helena's like, oh, wow, what a great secret. I'm glad you told me. But here's the little secret that maybe Hermia doesn't know. You see, Helena is in love with, here he is, Demetrius. Demetrius loves Hermia. Helena loves Demetrius, and that love is not returned. So you see, we got all these characters. Now there's a little bit of, love going on here, and obviously you can already see the conflict that's going to happen. I hope that was helpful in knowing a little bit more about the characters and maybe understanding a little bit more about how this is all setting up for us in Act 1, Scene 1 of A Midsummer Night's Dream. All right, good luck, continue reading, and hopefully That'll all make sense for you.